This is Forever Alfonso. This is my first episode of my new series called What's the Tea? And today we have Sweet Tea from Married to Medicine, which, like I said, is the biggest show on Bravo right now. That's my opinion, and that's a fact. So, hi, Letitia. Thanks for joining me. How are you?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Of course, I also have my tea, and it's sweet because I like sweet tea.
Mm, I heard
So,
you like
how have
hot
you
tea.
been? Huh?
I heard
I
I
love
heard
it
you like
hot.
hot
Yes,
tea.
it has to be hot. I love hot tea with some receipts.
Well, I got the receipts for you.
Do you want me to bring the receipts? Do I need to bring the receipts, baby girl? Because I got receipts.
Okay, we'll see. Now, you do know my fans are very crazy when it comes on to receipts. So if your receipts aren't receipting, they're going to have issues. But remember, guys, we can't share everything because we don't want to piss off Andy and Bravo.
Right.
Right. So I watched Heavenly's, what is it, podcast, YouTube with Carlos, and she has a lot to say. She's been having a lot to say this season.
Yeah. All Heavenly do is run her mouth. I think that she tries to deflect from her own life, and she has
Ooh,
to attach herself onto new people because they're fresh meat to her. Because she
yeah.
doesn't want to talk about her family life. She doesn't want to talk about Damon.
Oh, what about Damon?
I think that the producers have asked her to share more about her life with Damon, and she's
Hmm.
not willing to do that. She said it at BravoCon while we were on the stage, and she was like,
Yeah.
that is not up for her marriage is not up for sale because we know
Oh,
if we share anything about her marriage, we know that motherfucker would crumble like a Chips Ahoy cookie.
Ooh, honey.
wait a minute.
I'm just
This is
saying, like
hot.
it's the truth. She don't want. She wants to get dig. Like all the things that I've been going through are normal
Hmm.
things that everybody, wedding planning. I have arguments with my husband. I mean, that's normal. Why you try
Right.
to make it seem as if it's like out of the norm? Like it's just not gonna work. Like people have their own issues, and it's
Hmm.
like for you to pretend like daddy is perfect and
I can tell you a lot of people that have slept with Damon.
y'all relationship is perfect. It's some BS. It's not.
Oh.
It's not. Anybody can see that. You sit up in the closet every day spewing up evil shit, saying that I'm the little girl, but it's like you sit in the closet, all you need is a flashlight and a blanket at this point. And
Ooh, honey.
do you ever see anything with her and Damon? Do you ever see any really pictures of them
Um,
hanging out and the affection?
She should. Oh, now you can't speak English.
I don't know. I don't remember what I've seen. I mean, Heavenly has been producing the show, and like I said, I have a love-hate relationship with her, but she has been producing the show, and I feel like because she's mostly the one who's vocal about a lot of things, so we as fans are sort of forced to believe her because nobody else is really like saying anything,
Right.
and nobody's refuting what she's saying, so it's like it's true then. But I get where you're coming from, and I feel like for Heavenly, she's been like bringing up a lot of stuff. And at first, I thought she was not being a good friend to Quad because she said that her and Jackie brought you on the show, and I'm like, that's some like snaky kind of thing.
Right. First of all, I
That's
think
shady,
that maybe you probably seen the interview that she had with Quad first, and she interviewed Quad on her show. So
right?
She was pretty much asking. Quad was like saying that pretty much her members had nothing to do with me coming on the show, and I'm like, little do you know, like Heavenly had everything to do with it, and then me and her
Right.
do an interview on Heavenly's show, and then she was like, well, what made you come on the show? And I was all like, well, you did. You didn't think it was gonna be that big of a deal. We've been approached a few times to do the show, and the encouragement from you and Dr. Jackie and stuff like that, and just like, why are you asking the question? And she was kind
Right.
of like, oh, like I was trying to trip her up. Like, no, you did though. I'm just being honest. I feel like I'm one of the most honest people on the cast. Like, I'm just gonna
Okay.
tell it what it is. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
Right.
she'll lie. She's the villain. She's the villain of the show. Like, everybody has to have a superhero and a villain. That's what she
Yeah.
is. We gotta have a bad guy.
Right. I like that you try to like stay true to yourself, but at the end of the day, to me, I'm like in one of my videos, I'm like, I hope you develop not into like one of those reality stars who's like crazy or who like let everything get to their head, i.e. Nene leaks. But I feel like when you get on a reality show, it's going to be hard to navigate who you want to be, and you're going to have to like recreate yourself somehow, and not everybody's going to get where you're coming from. So I know that must be hard for you, and I know it must be hard for you watching some of my TikToks, but I think I've been easier
Right.
on
You know,
you.
I was mad. I was mad with you. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was mad
Look,
with
this
you.
is what I tell everybody. This is how I feel based on what I watch, and it's my opinions.
That's my opinion!
Now, I'm not saying I'm always correct, but it's my opinion, and it's based on what I see. So if you as the talent is going to see what I say about you and be upset, that's within your right to be upset. So I can't blame you. But if I ask for an interview, I'm going to want an interview so you can clear that up. I feel like that's the only way. Like with, I'm
Right.
not comparing myself to Wendy Williams, but like Wendy Williams talk a lot of shit about people. People still wanted to go on her show, and then they left the show and they said whatever they wanted to say. So I feel like
Right.
at the end of the day, you can clear up what you want, and I feel like I've been respectful to most people, um, to everybody. But I mean, if you want to like come on and clear up and be like, you said this,
Yes.
but this is not how it is, then I am very much open to that.
Right. Well, first off, I did watch some of your content, and I didn't like that
Mhm.
you were saying that I was a fan of the show, and I was like, you are not giving me a fair chance to really state like who I am, my background, my side of the story,
Right.
because Heavenly, she gets on her YouTube platform, and like she's the senior of the show. She's been on it for years, seven, no, 8 years, I think, nine
Yeah,
years, something
since
like
season
that.
two.
Right. So I just felt like with me coming in new, it's not fair to go off of what Heavenly says, saying that I fanned out whenever Quad walked into the pamper party.
Say the girl is a drinker, a drunk, but she liked the drink, okay?
On a scale of one, on
Because at the same time, again, Heavenly, she sought me out to be on this show. It wasn't like that
Mhm.
I just begged to be on the show. I met Heavenly at the first 50 Shades of Pink. She was recording me with her phone, and
Yeah.
I was very suspicious of that, and I thought that she was, but she recorded me on the phone. She even admitted it to. She admitted on a couple of days ago, I think, with Carlos King, that she was recording me. And then she sent it to Quad and they were talking about me. And then the next 50 Shades of Pink, that was back in 2021. So the next 50 Shades of Pink, this is Jackie's event. It was a
Oh,
golf tournament.
2021. I didn't know it was that far back.
Yeah, it was that far back. So then that
Okay.
was 2021. And then 2022, because me and Gregory back then were just dating. And
Yeah.
2022, I came to the second annual 50 Shades of Pink, the golf tournament.
Hmm.
And Jackie was like, oh, it's good to see you. And Jackie was throwing jabs at me too. I think she was testing me. She was testing me because I remember it was me, Gregory, and a group of his friends, and Jackie was around us. And Gregory was talking about how happy he was and how I'm cooking, Gregory was saying I was cooking breakfast and all that, and then Jackie's like,
Hmm.
you had all that before, Gregory. I said, how do you know what he had, Jackie? So I was just like, you throwing jabs at me, and Jackie admit like I was testing you, seeing if he was ready. This is back in October 2022, and she told me to
Hmm.
wait right there. Heavenly was on her way. She hadn't even been at the 50 Shades of Pink tournament. She came and she was like, oh, I want to talk to you, so she wanted to talk
Hmm.
to me about the show. So she started talking about the show. How she thought that I would be a good fit for the show, and she was telling me how great my relationship was with Gregory. Like she really liked the vibe between him and I, and that she was like, even Quad have to admit that you are the better fit for Gregory. And
Ooh.
yeah, she said that. Yeah,
Wow.
she
Okay. That's
yeah,
interesting.
she was saying all these things and like calling me. Anytime she would set meetings up with the producers, wanting me to talk to them. So it was just
Wait, who was
like
calling you,
anytime.
Jackie or Quad?
No, it was Heavenly. She was
Oh,
just
Heavenly.
adamant trying to
Okay.
get me on the show. She was trying to figure out
Hmm.
like, she was like, who are you coming on with? I think they're gonna put you with Simone. Maybe they might put you with Toya. She was I would get off the phone with the producers, she would be calling me like, oh, you'll get more money. Like, come on, it's a good opportunity. And I remember I came to the her dentist office. I came to her dentist
Hmm.
office for an appointment. And she was like, why don't you come on to the show? Like, look at it like this. You're helping another Black woman out. And I'm
Right.
assuming she wanted to, keep Quad on the show, and then also put me, I think it was just like a good storyline. You know what I'm saying?
She
I
want
mean,
more money,
anybody.
and yeah, it's gonna work out because you being on the show works out for them. She gets more money. She gets to keep her job, and she gets to seem like she's producing the show, which is what she's been telling everybody. She's producing the show.
Right.
And to an extent, I do agree. And I see her as the Giselle from Real Housewives of Potomac. The only thing is, Heavenly's married. She has a family. Giselle doesn't. She's not married, or have a man.
Right.
But we're not talking about Giselle. So, are you and Toya real friends?
Yeah, we are. We are cool. I just met her with Toya about a week ago. She had some type of event like with her wine club,
Yeah.
and we went to get else done. So I mean, I am cool. But when I came onto the show, I was going to get to know everybody for who they were. Like
Right.
I didn't go back based off of what Simone was saying about Heavenly, or Heavenly was saying about Simone. I got to know everybody before coming onto the show because I
Yeah.
wanted to see how we vibed. Because I just didn't want to be set up. But I did not watch the show. I wasn't a big fan of the show. Like I wasn't like an adamant watcher, but I knew enough from like watching people reviewing the show.
Yeah.
Like I don't watch Real Housewives of Atlanta, but I know who the black people are. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it's just like I know it just enough.
I think I have issues with like sort of everybody on the show. Well, every lady on the show, because Toya, I feel like I like Toya. She's one of my favorites, but at the end of the day, she's coming off as being fake. Because last season we saw what she did with Audra and the whole situation of her wearing her champion sweater, and she was saying how she should have been wearing like something with labels, and she's like, "I'm not a label girl."
We were in Vegas, and she had on a champion jogging suit. If we're all hanging out in Vegas and we're looking and then you were,
I don't care about labels. I can wear whatever.
it doesn't about labels.
Yes, you do.
And I think because she like sort of tried to fight Toya, she's no longer on the show, and she like had a baby. I wanted to see her come back. She didn't come back, and I feel like with you coming on the show, you weren't a flashy person like what Toya likes. So like, I don't understand how she was okay being with friends with you. And no offense, I'm not saying anything, but I'm
Right.
like, I don't get how she would be okay with being friends with you compared to how she treated Audra for wearing a champion sweater. And I feel like one of the main reasons she was friend with you, and this is my opinion, it could be wrong, was because she wanted to get back a quad. And the way how
I
everything played out, it's like they're icing out quad.
so well, I will say with Audra, I knew that she was a person previous on the season. Toya has made compliments. I mean, she has made comments on like what I've worn. They just haven't showed it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right. Yeah.
Toya is somewhat, she is materialistic. Like,
Hmm.
but you just have to stay true to who you are. And like she
Right.
has made comments before, like and I just like, girl,
Hmm.
shut up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I don't know what happened with Audra fully about that with that fight. Um, I didn't even really want to watch the last season. I watched bits and pieces of it because I was like, if I
Hmm.
watch this, I'm not gonna want to do this. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I
Like
bet I would be I would be
I said I'm gonna
scared.
talk myself out of this. Yeah, I was like, because it was giving me anxiety. Because Toya was like, you need to do your homework and you need to watch the show, and and even when I was mad with Heavenly for trying to get me drunk in that one scene was me confiding in her, and
Hmm.
me being a newbie, not really knowing ins and out of filming, like
So wait,
I,
you said Heavenly tried to get you drunk, so she was telling you to drink?
yeah, she was encouraging me to drink. She was encouraging me to
What?
drink. Yeah, in that scene before I got there, she told the bartender to give me alcohol while she was drinking water. So she was encouraging
She was
shots.
drinking
But
what? Heavenly was pulling a Kathy Hilton on you. She was drinking water and she was giving you alcohol.
yeah, yeah.
what? Child.
Oh,
Whenever we were taking those shots, she was like, "Come on, let's drink. Let's have shots. Like let's." And then she was drinking the
she
water
got
the
that from
whole.
Kathy Hilton.
Yeah, she was drinking water the whole time. And I
Wow.
didn't know that back then. You know what I'm saying? So like
Yeah.
looking at the scene now, it's like I was pissed off because I don't remember what really was said. So
And
because I was messed up.
she told Carlos that on a scale of 1 to 10, you were a 9 on the drunk scale.
Say the girl is a drinker or drunk, but she liked to drink, okay?
On a scale of 1 to Brandy Glanville, how drunk was she?
She was a 8 to 9 out of 10. She needed an Uber home.
And you had to like call an Uber to get home.
I did.
Okay. So
Cause she was
some of
like,
the
we're
things.
gonna have fun, we're gonna get
Mhm.
drunk. Like she was all for it, like, you know, and I came to the scene not wanting to drink and I ordered a Coke. So when I got my Coke, I was like, what is this? She's like, oh, that's just my drink, you know, like you can have it.
Not Heavenly trying to trick you. Is Dr. Jackie authentic as how she shows herself on the show? Because in my opinion, I'm not seeing her storyline. And Jackie, if you're watching, where is Curtis?
Curtis,
Okay.
you will see more of Curtis. You will see more of Curtis pop
I
up.
mean, he showed up for the strip club. So Curtis, I have some strippers waiting. If you want to show up because I want to know. No shade. I love Jackie, but we can't. I feel like everybody is holding everybody else to a certain standard except Jackie, and I'm not seeing
I,
much.
okay, so you will see me address that this coming
Okay,
season. I will
I'm
say
looking
that. You
forward
will
to that.
see. Yes, you will see a snippet of that this coming episode.
I better
They're
see
gonna
it.
give you a
And
sneak. They're gonna give you a sneak peek of the what you can expect from the rest of the season.
okay, and you haven't done the reunion yet, right?
Not yet. That's not
Okay,
until
so I'm
next.
gonna need you to not practice your reads. We don't practice reads around here, but I'm gonna need you to come with the receipts because, like, you told me you have receipts, and I'm expecting to see them. So they better be
Yes.
receipting.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
what do we have to say about Simone?
Simone, I love Simone. Simone is really, honestly, everybody says that Jackie's like the matriarch of this group. Really, it's Simone, man. Simone is the
Yeah,
matriarch of the group. Like, really, she's just easy to approach, and you know, she's gonna comfort you and all that.
okay,
And she's gonna gather you by your 3-strand ponytail and get you together. Like,
yeah,
I call her Mama Simone. Simone is so authentic and real. Now we
yeah.
bump heads here and there. She will try me a little bit, but you know, I know how to deal with her.
Okay, a love-hate relationship with Simone, and I don't really understand her sometimes, especially when it comes to Quad. And the way a lot of things played out, it seems like everybody they were trying to get Quad off the show, and then now I'm seeing things. It's like Heavenly saying it happened differently, and Quad was a lot weirder while filming. So I'm hoping we get to see that because we're not seeing what's behind the scenes. We're only seeing what the producers
Right.
want us to see.
I really wish they would break the fourth wall on this because they're us
Hmm.
sitting at that dinner table when they were addressing Quad. They really should just break the fourth wall and show all what was going on behind the scenes. But they won't, you know, they just
Yeah.
won't.
I'm not
And
trying to get you
it's
fired, but I mean, Heavenly has broken the fourth wall more than 4 times. So, I mean, you should do the same. You can do it. And it's still getting viewers, it's still getting ratings because they've talked about how Quad said that your husband, Dr. Gregory, told her that he dated Phaedra and Phaedra wanted $4,000 a month. Like we
right.
heard that like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and now I heard it on the show in the latest episode. So that didn't
Right.
come as a shock to me. So I'm wondering if they talked about it because they didn't think it was going to make the cut.
I don't know. Like, would they? I don't know when Heavenly gets her episodes, but we usually get it like maybe a couple of days prior to airing.
Right. That's
So,
what how everybody gets there. So I don't understand.
yeah, I think Heavenly talks too much. Like, I think she talks too much sometimes
I
and
love when she talks
reveals.
because like I can pick some stuff out of what she says.
Yeah, but like sometimes I think she reveals too much, and sometimes I feel like even with the sneak peeks that we get for the next episode, sometimes I feel like that is too much to reveal. Like, you know, it
Yeah.
shows the moment. Like you're supposed to show leading up to that moment or after the moment, but like don't show the actual moment.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? But everybody had their own issues from what I saw with Quad. Everybody had their own issues, but I stayed out of it because you know I didn't know the history. Everybody had their own individual issue with her,
Right.
and they just kind of all addressed it. And there was things that was going on behind the scenes with the producers and stuff like that too. So like
Right.
it's not just with the group. I think there was also like some things going on behind the scenes with the production team too that maybe
Right.
felt some type of way. So I will say that, but I just stayed out of it because like I don't know the history between them. I just felt like it wasn't my place to say anything. Like that's their relationship.
Right.
You know, I'm coming in as a newbie. Yeah, I'm kind of the outsider looking in, but I just stayed quiet and let them handle things.
So how did you
So
really feel when you saw like Quad coming around? Like you knew she was going to come around eventually, right? So it wasn't
right,
a
right.
shock. So
It
how did
wasn't
you
a
like
shock.
feel when she like walked in? Were you
Well, I just
frightened?
kind of I didn't know what type I didn't know how she was coming. Either she was going to be on some rah type stuff, or was she going to, accept like welcome me with open arms, just being on the show. Because again, she had said that she was happy for us, that she
Yeah.
congratulated us, and she came to our page when I posted the engagement back
Hmm.
in 2022. So she was saying she got butterflies. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Right.
I just thought that everything was gonna be cool, but it's kind of a shocker all of a sudden, like it's all this animosity towards me, and it's kind of weird. Like again, if you're saying that you're happy, but then you're saying that it's a tumultuous marriage and it was so bad to you, but like why go out of your way and say anything about us
Yeah.
or like it's inconsistent and it's very confusing. You know what I'm saying? Like I just be
Right.
like every day it's always some crazy stuff going on online.
So how did you feel about Heavenly saying that Quad could take your man back if she wanted to?
Yeah, I just think that she's a little delusional
Mm,
because like Gregory's not worried about her at all. Like he's
right.
scared. He's traumatized from that relationship. Just like how she says she was he's traumatized as well.
Right.
He does not want to go back to that at all.
Okay. Because
So it's just like it's funny to me. It's like y'all be trying so hard, but you just are so unsuccessful.
right. And I mean, I'm gonna always keep it 100. So to me, both of them, there was something going on there for both of them, and I think it was a situation. But I wasn't there, so we can only go by what they say. But based on what I'm seeing on camera, it was a very weird situation. And she took his sleep numbers, so I'm pretty sure he was pissed about that. They're expensive. So did he replace the sleep number bed?
He did replace the sleep number.
Good,
Yeah, he
good. That's
did.
good.
He did. He didn't get a new sleep number, but we have another bed that suits us.
That's
So
good. That's great. I
yeah.
mean, so I'm excited for you, and I can't wait for the reunion, and I hope you bring it. And I know you don't have much time left, so this was
Yes.
amazing. What do you think about Heavenly refusing to like say your name now on her YouTube videos?
Um, I don't know. Well, maybe she feels like I don't know. Maybe production has said something to her. I don't know. Maybe Bravo told her something. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe
How
they
is it?
did.
So how is it that everybody else is treading lightly except Heavenly, and she's more than broken the fourth wall. She's saying how Phaedra went to Bravo and the execs and said she doesn't want to talk about her previous time on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. She said that Quad tried to renegotiate her contract and she got
Right.
4 episodes. They gave her 8. How is it that she's able to say all this stuff and everybody else is like, I don't want to say this?
I
So
know. That's why I don't know because I'm the newbie and it's just like I don't know. I'm about to get on the call with the execs because I'm like, what's going on? What is going on? Like
yeah,
I'm confused. I'm just as confused as you are. Cause one moment she say her and Quad is good, next moment she bashing her, and then
I don't get that.
I'm
And Heavenly, this is an open invitation. We need to talk, or we can argue with each other back and forth, whichever one you want to do. But I have some questions for you. It's a weird situation with her and Quad. It's giving like
very
a
weird.
relationship vibes, but I'm not saying that they're in a relationship. I'm just saying that's the vibe it's giving. So it's interesting. So do
Yeah,
you
it is
see
very
any future with you and Heavenly?
no.
Oh, no.
No. I mean, I don't see us honestly, I mean, I really don't see us doing trying to reconcile the relationship. I think the shit is dead. It's dead.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
it is.
so is Gregory and Dr. Damon still friends?
I wouldn't say they were that close of friends. First of all, Damien's calling him Greg. It's Gregory, first of all. Like, if you really
Oh,
a
so I
friend, you
should
would
say
know that.
Gregory. I'm gonna
Gregory.
start saying Gregory. But I don't want. Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's like professionally they deal with each other in this professionally with referring patients to each other back and forth. But like
Right.
now, I feel like now that Heavenly he keeps dragging my husband into the mess. Like
Yeah.
we're not gonna want to do business with you. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So you're
We're
not
not
going back to
gonna.
her dentist office.
No, we're not gonna want to go back to your dentist office when you talking shit. We're not, Damon, don't call Gregory asking for any type of favors or because your wife talked too damn much. You run her damn mouth. Don't bring my husband into anything. So like, don't call us for nothing, okay? Like, don't do
So
it.
next season we're gonna expect a Will Smith, Chris Brown slap situation. If he mentions you, keep my wife's name out your mouth. Are we
I don't
gonna
know
expect
what's going
that?
on. There's no telling
Uh,
with the Lunsford Empire. There's no telling. We are very
okay,
unpredictable.
yeah.
We are very
Well, I'm
unpredictable.
excited to see what's gonna happen for you. And again, like I said, I will say things as I see it, and people are gonna get offended, and it's life. But I'm not gonna go out of my way to disrespect you or bring you down or anything like that. But I'm just saying what I see on the show, and I haven't done my review yet on the last season that I saw, which was a very interesting episode. And
Oh
according to
wow.
Heavenly, a lot more happened that we didn't see. So I'm hoping Bravo do like some kind of B-roll that they normally do, like whatever didn't make the cut. I would love to see like a full episode of that. I think that would
I think
like
that would be
let the
great.
viewers understand more what's going on.
I think that'll be phenomenal. Great.
Right.
I
One can
gotta,
only
I
hope.
gotta.
In the
No
words of Wendy
problem.
Williams, thank you for coming to my show.
Well,
All
it
right.
was a pleasure, and maybe I'll come back.
Okay.